Hey everyone, I'm Sebastian and I've worked on e-commerce brands that have done millions of dollars in sales, and these are 6 mistakes that I wish I had never made. So the first one is starting organic TikTok early, and in general I just mean starting organic content early. I've talked about this in previous videos, but essentially what we need to create is a loyal brand audience, a loyal customer base that's going to keep on coming back and buying our products. This brand here that I worked on, that we managed to get to $500,000, because we didn't start building an organic audience from the start, it took us a very long time to catch up. Now the really cool thing is, once you build an organic audience, you can actually create a minimum level of income that your business generates every single month, and then as your organic audience grows, you will grow the amount of revenue that your business makes. It's basically just free marketing, and in the early stages of your business it allows you to make so much more profit and allows it to be a lot more stable. And there's a few reasons why. First of all, if you're going through a turbulent area where you're not making many sales, you have already cultivated a loyal brand audience. This audience will continually come back and buy, and it's incredibly profitable. You don't need to spend any money on ads to grow this audience, it just takes time. But the really cool thing is, these people are incredibly warm customers, which means they're very likely to keep on coming back and buying from your store, increasing the lifetime value and longevity of your store. The only problem is it's very difficult to grow an organic audience until now, because I've got a really simple strategy for you to follow. Because recently just launched this new thing called Creator Insights Search. So if you go onto TikTok and you just search for the Creator Insights, it's basically a platform to tell you what content is currently trending and also what content needs to be created where there's a demand but there's not enough people creating that content. All you then do is you take the ideas from this content and you apply it to your business. So the first thing we can do here, when we come into the Creator Insights, you can see there's a whole load of suggested topics, and when you actually look through these, there are obviously a lot of these which aren't going to apply to your business, but you can see here the topic of how to start an email is trending by over 1000% in the last 24 hours. Same thing goes for this one. AI image generator for website is also trending, but you've got to make sure that there is enough search volume for your use case, because you can see here this has only got 329 on the rating of trending, whereas this one's got 95,000. What you can actually do is you can come into the trending tab and you can click on one of these different categories. So for example, I've chosen fashion, and a lot of the brands that I work with are actually fashion brands, and you can see here rhino piercing has got a trending volume of over 540%. We've got honeycomb pants 591%, red hair trend 293%. So there's a massive growth in each of these areas, and there's also a huge amount of search volume for these. So you want to go ahead and save these ideas, and you can have a look at what content people are creating and see if you can create that similar content for your brand. Now in every single video that you create, you want to make sure you have a strong call to action, okay? And this is basically telling people to go ahead and take an action, and that would be, for example, join the email list, enter a giveaway, or go ahead and buy the products from your website. When you're starting out building an audience, the most important thing that you need to do is own that audience. So you want to send people to your website and get them to give you their email. Even if TikTok bans you, or if you get shut down, or TikTok no longer exists, you still own that audience. So the way to do this is offer some sort of giveaway or some sort of promotion. And this could be, it's your birthday today, or anybody with the name of Anna can get 50% off today, or anything like that. But the idea here is all you need to do is get their email, and then you can run multiple email sequences to get them to come back and purchase. And you can also email people to go ahead and watch your videos once you post a new video. But there's a really cool thing within the Creator Insights search. You can see here, if we click on the content gap under suggested, these are areas where there's not enough content for the amount of trend. So for example, the honeycomb pants, which are also trending, there's just not enough content being created. So when you go ahead and look at these honeycomb pants, you can see there is a growing trend. So all you need to do is either sell this product on your store, or you want to see what content people are creating and then use that to create similar content for your own brand. And you can do this in literally any niche that you want. Let's just have a look at some of these other ones. The outfit dance, this could be something you could also use within the fashion space, okay? And the really cool thing about this is a lot of people struggle with getting like 200 to 500 views on their video, and this is a really easy way to start getting a few thousand views on your video. Now before we get on to the rest of these, I'm actually doing a free live workshop. The link for that is down below in the description. If you click the top link in the description, it'll take you to a website that looks like this. Click on save your seat, and you're also going to get a free 3-hour course if you turn up to that live training. So the second thing I wish I'd done is differentiating myself through product. Okay, finding a way to set myself apart from my competition. A lot of people, when they get started in e-commerce, just go ahead and sell any old product, or they sell a product that other people are also selling, which leads to a lot of competition, and there's nothing to set you apart. Okay, so you need to create a USP, okay, a unique selling point or a unique value proposition, a reason why somebody would want to buy from your brand rather than anybody else's. Some good examples of this are custom designs or custom collaborations with bigger brands to make sure that people would go ahead and buy your products, okay? And this is just basically a way of making sure that your product is going to give more value to your customers than your competition are giving to your customers. And it also will massively increase your conversion rates, and you'll be surprised by how much more money people spend on your store just by doing one of these. The third thing is incredibly important, and that is setting up a proper automated customer support team. And most people ignore this step right at the start because they're not getting any sales. But if you've got an e-commerce store and you've even started to run some traffic to it and you've only made a couple of sales, this is exactly the point that you need to be focusing on this. Now I'm going to get into this in more detail in the live training, but essentially what happens is as you start to scale your business and your revenue grows, so do the number of problems in your business. So as you're getting to this point here, you're putting out too many fires in your business and there's really not enough time for you to be focusing on these problems, and this can actually lead to your business to fail. So if you're going through a point at the moment where you're not seeing much success and you're losing revenue and losing profits, just analyze your business and see if you've got an automated support system. Because if you don't have a system that's set up, all of these customers that are getting angry will go ahead and complain, they're going to want refunds, they're going to dispute, and you're going to end up spending a huge amount of time, money and resources on solving these problems when you really should be scaling your business. But if you'd set all of this stuff up right at the start, then you would be perfectly fine. So what we really need is a way of prioritizing these problems, okay? Treat it like a traffic light system. We've got low priority problems, we've got medium priority problems, and we've got high priority problems. High priority problems are the things that are really going to cause a huge amount of expense in our business. So we need to make sure we know what is causing these problems. So I've built software that does this for you. I will leave that linked down below in the description. But essentially what we want to do is create a category system, okay? Because if we have a category system, we can see what is causing these problems. If we've got a lot of high priority problems, like I want a refund, we can then actually find out why these are happening. So when a customer submits a ticket for one of these problems, they will categorize that problem, and then we can see a dashboard overview of what is causing the biggest problems in our business, and then we can solve these problems before it gets out of hand and then before we scale. That way we know we've got a bulletproof shell around our business. When we scale, we're going to be able to maintain that scale and maintain that growth in our business. Now the fourth thing is building dashboards around key performance indicators. These are KPIs. You need to know at a moment's notice what your revenue numbers are and how you're making profit, and exactly where your costs are rising and where they're dropping, how you can optimize your marketing. And especially, I will add to this, a really important thing that you should do right at the start is have set up some way of tracking history, okay? If you have done any changes to your business, for example, if you've changed your landing page, you need to know on what day you changed that landing page and what exactly it is that you changed. You also need to have a record of what it looked like before and after, because that way, if something goes wrong, or if you start to lose customers, or you start to decrease your conversion rates, or your ad costs start to rise, you can look back to when those problems started to happen, and you can try and identify exactly what change you made that caused these problems to happen. The fifth thing is understanding your financials, which kind of comes into the key performance indicators. You basically need to know at the end of the month how much profit your business is making, because there's a lot of hidden costs within e-commerce. You have obviously got shipping costs, you've got fulfillment costs, you've got processing fees, but also if somebody disputes a payment, you've got disputes, you've got refunds, you've got returns, you've also got team members and software, and all of these things are adding up into your costs. Even if it looks like you're making profit on your ads, you need to know how much money is coming into the bank account and how much money is going out of the bank account. The easiest way of doing this is just having some bookkeeping software or accountant in your business. And then finally, recognizing that product timing is everything. If you're going to launch a new product, try and launch it around a trend, or if you're launching a trending product, make sure you get on that trend early enough. The same thing goes for when you're launching a product to your existing audience. If we're building an audience on TikTok, for example, we want to make sure that we are hyping them up to come and buy a product when we do our next product launch. And the easiest way to do that is send out multiple email campaigns. And I can do a video on email marketing if you guys want. Now, I hope this video was useful to you, but if you're wondering how on earth do I do all of this, I'm going to go into a lot more detail on the live workshop. The link for that is obviously down below in the description. And if you register for that live workshop today, you're going to get a free course when you show up to that live workshop. Okay, so it's got a whole load of stuff in there to get you started and also to help you scale your business. For example, how to actually choose a product and create that unique selling point, how to scale your ads and get customers. There's a whole section in there which is teaching about Facebook marketing, TikTok advertising, and just general TikTok and Facebook advertising strategies, and then also how you can systemize your entire business. So you can get access to all of that when you click the top link down below in the description. It's going to take you to this website. We are doing a live workshop where I'm going to go through all of this in detail. We're actually going to be analyzing a $100,000 per day e-commerce store that I did. And because it's live, if you've got any questions, I can apply that directly to you and your business, and we can see how we can scale your business. But if you go ahead and click on save your seat, put in your email address, register for that slot, and actually then turn up for the live training, you're not only going to get the live training, but you'll also get that free course as well. If there's any other videos you guys want to see, let me know down below in the comments, but I will see you in my next video.